Blue, the language learner. Chapter 1. The Thief in Kindergarten. There once was a cute Thai Japanese boy named Blue, and he was 3 years old. He lived in a beautiful small town, surrounded by lots of trees. He went to a local Thai school near his home, and the time had come for him to go to school like every other kid. The first month at school was very boring. All he did every day was read the alphabet, count numbers, and take naps. All his classmates took their naps on the classroom floor. Even though sleeping on the hard ground was okay for most students, it was difficult for him. Every day, Blue laid on the floor next to his classmates, wondering to himself, how can everyone sleep? He himself couldn't sleep at all. One day, while everyone was sleeping, Blue saw a 3-cent coin slowly dropping from the shirt pocket of the boy sleeping next to him. Blue thought his dad would be thrilled if he gave him the coin. He took it home and showed it to his dad, smiling. "I stole my friend's money," Blue said. His dad smiled. He was happy, and he had a plan. Then, on the second day, every student slept except for Blue. He smiled with excitement. He hoped that the boy would put his money in his pocket again. He saw something that looked like a coin in his pocket. The coin almost dropped again, but it didn't. He prayed that it would drop, but it did not fall out. He kept calm and waited for a few minutes, praying again that it would drop, but it still didn't work. He wondered what he should do, until suddenly he had an idea. He then put his small finger in the boy's pocket and took the coin out carefully. "Yeah, I got it," he said to himself. Then the boy almost woke up. "Oh my gosh," Blue whispered. He kept calm, holding the coin tightly in his hand. He closed his eyes and pretended he was sleeping, waiting until everything was okay. He then opened his eyes and smiled. He thought about how happy his dad would be. After school, he walked back home happily. When he got home from school, he showed his dad the coin and said once again, "I stole my friend's money." His dad got angry, realizing that Blue was not joking about stealing the coin. He was a thief. To punish him, Blue's dad hit him with a paddle 3 times, and he said, "Stealing someone's money is not good." Blue cried. The next day, before nap time, the boy told the teacher about his lost coins and cried a lot. The teacher said, "Whoever took Jim's money yesterday, please give it back. I won't punish you." Blue felt sad when he saw how sad the boy was, but he was too shy to tell the truth. He promised to himself that he would never be bad again. His experience had shown him for the first time the difference between right and wrong. It was a turning point for him. He worked hard to change his behavior and ultimately became a better boy. Please answer at least 3 of the following questions. Number 1. What is this story about? Number 2. Who is the main character? Number 3. How old is he? Number 4. From where did he steal the money? Number 5. Why did he steal his classmates' money? Number 6. Was Blue's father happy with Blue's behavior? Number 7. Did anyone punish him? Number 8. Do you think Blue behaved well? Number 9. Do you like Blue? Why or why not? Number 10. If you were Blue, would you admit that you were the thief? Chapter 2, page 85. Time passed very quickly. When he was 5, Blue started his 3rd year of school. There were about 50 students in his class. He sat in the back of the room, as always. Blue thought of himself as a good boy, but not as smart as other students. "Open your book to page 85 and read after me," the teacher said in his Thai reading class. It seemed like everyone else knew where to start reading. He tried to open it to page 85, but he could not find where they started reading. "Where is it?" he said to himself. He looked at his classmate's book. "Oh, everyone turned to the page that has a photo of a girl playing with a cat on it. He got an idea. He tried to find that page quickly while remaining calm. However, he could not find it. He was smart enough to notice the photo, but he didn't realize that he should look at the page number. He pretended like he had found the page and repeated after the teacher without looking at the book. He kept doing the same thing for about 2 weeks. He was surprised that nothing happened and that he looked like a smart student. He kept looking at the teacher and repeating after her with a confident smile. Luckily, Blue learned how to pronounce very well, but his reading didn't improve. He thought it was okay, though, because he was learning how to speak and create stories. One day, a girl who sat next to him in class noticed that he struggled to find the right page in the textbook. She pointed to the page number in the top right corner of the book and said, "Here's the page number." "Oh my goodness, I've been looking for it for almost 2 weeks," Blue said to himself. "Okay, thank you," he told the girl with a smile. He'd learned that he wouldn't get the help he needed if he was shy all the time, that it was better to ask someone for help, and that if you make a mistake, you shouldn't be sad about it. The girl in this story teaches us that we can help someone, even if they do not ask for it. Sometimes just a little bit of help can make a huge difference for others. Because of what he'd learned, Blue decided to move to the middle row and not stay in the back of the classroom anymore. Please answer at least 3 of the following questions. Number 1. What is the story about? Number 2. Who is the main character? Number 3. How old is he? Number 4. Where did the story happen? Number 5. Did Blue sit in the first row? Number 6. What pictures did Blue notice in his classmates' books? Number 7. What did Blue do when he couldn't find the lesson in the book? Number 8. Who noticed that Blue could not find the right page? Number 9. Do you think the girl is a good classmate? Why or why not? Number 10. Have you ever gone through something similar to the story? Chapter 3. Everyone can learn. Blue was now 7 years old. He was a good boy and went to school every day. He had a lot of friends because he always smiled and was funny. He sat in the middle row of the class. He had started to think that he didn't need to do homework like the rest of the students in the class. There was a smart girl sitting in front of him, and he copied her homework each day. She normally finished her homework on the same day that the teacher assigned it. One day, she decided she wouldn't let Blue and the rest of the class copy her work. No one understood why, and they found the homework was too difficult for them. Why didn't she let me copy her homework? He wondered. Did I do something wrong? The homework was very difficult for him. Math was his weakness, among other subjects. During class, he also didn't listen to what the teacher was saying. He just planned on copying as usual. The question the teacher wrote was, 543 equals... When he got back home, he sat on a chair and tried to do his homework. He was a little angry with his classmate. "What should I do now?" he said to himself. He tried to figure out what to do for about 15 minutes. "Oh, maybe the answer is in the book," he thought. During that time, one of his brothers walked by him. He asked his brother, "Do you know what 543 equals? The question is in my homework, but I can't answer it." Blue was very interested to know the answer. "What did you learn about today?" asked his brother. "Why don't you check your math book? You may find an answer there." Blue opened the book quickly and said to his brother, "You're right, I'll check there." Finally, he saw it. The example question was 128 equals, and the example answer was 100 plus 20 plus 8. "Oh!" he exclaimed, happy to find an example. "How come the answer is 100 plus 20 plus 8? He asked himself. It took him about 5 minutes to figure it out, and then he understood. Oh! He was starting to understand it better. He realized the answer to 543 equals could be 500 plus 40 plus 3. Yeah, I got it, he said. The next day, he went to school with confidence because this was the first time he'd done his homework by himself. Do you know how to do the homework? A boy in his class asked him. Sure, Blue said. Hey, check this out. Blue showed him the example in the book and explained to him how to get the answer. There it is, Blue said. That's it. Wow, that means if we concentrate on studying and look at the examples, we can do the homework ourselves? His friend asked. That's right, Blue said. The rest of the class started to listen to what the boys were talking about. Now we can do it, his friend said. After that, everyone became confident that they could do their homework themselves. As a result, all of the students were happy and got better grades. Blue was thankful for the smart girl who helped him become a better student. Blue now believed that everyone could change if they just tried to learn how to do things themselves. We can do it became his slogan. Please answer at least 3 of the following questions. Number 1. What is this story about? Number 2. Who is the main character? Number 3. How old is he? Number 4. What was the homework subject? Number 5. Why did Blue start doing his homework himself? Number 6. How did Blue know the answer? Number 7. How did Blue's friend know the answer? Number 8. Why did Blue feel thankful for the smart girl? Number 9. To become a good student, Blue should concentrate on studying and do his homework himself. Is that correct? Number 10. What else should Blue do to be a good student? Chapter 4. Learning a Lesson. It was summertime, and Blue had a month-long school holiday. Nothing would be better than this. Let's go to my friend's house, his older brother said. The boys walked the short distance to the house. The front of the house looked normal, but behind the house there was a huge backyard. Oh my goodness, Blue said. There were about 10 kids making grilled eggs on a charcoal grill. Blue saw that a lot of the kids were sitting around it. That's great, Blue said. What are they doing? Come here, John, said Sam, the boy who lived there, to Blue's brother. Do you know how to make grilled eggs? You just have to use the clay to cover the eggs while they're cooking. You're welcome to have some. We'll grill it for you. Sam gave them 3 eggs, and the 3 boys took the clay to cover their eggs and gave them to Sam. He put them on the grill for about 5 minutes. The eggs were then ready to eat. Those tasted great, Blue said. This was the first time he had cooked by himself. Would you like to come to our hut tomorrow? His friend asked. What's that? Where is it? Blue couldn't wait to go there. The next day, Blue and one of his brothers, Mike, went to the bamboo hut. Cool, Blue exclaimed. This is so amazing. Blue and Mike wondered how a 10-year-old boy could build such an amazing hut. The hut was built on a wide area of land. Blue and Mike stayed in the hut while a few kids outside were trying to decorate the area around the hut. Can I sit with you? Said Kelly, one of Blue's closest friends. She was a transgender girl. Sure, come in, Blue replied. The 3 kids had a great time together in the beautiful hut. Kelly was wearing a nice pink skirt and high-heeled shoes. Even though she was just 10 years old, she knew how to accessorize with flowers and leaves. All the girls in their small town loved her because her eyelashes were always long and had the pollen from the yellow flowers in them. I'm going to grill dried squid, Kelly said. There was a lit stove, like the one they grilled eggs on yesterday, about a meter away from the hut. She tried grilling the squid, but somehow the hut caught fire. Her high heels made her stumble. Help! Help! She cried. Water! Water! The hut is going to burn! The hut burned quickly, and the fire was very intense. A lot of adults came to help. Fire! Fire! Call the police! Call the fire department! Water! Water! Kids, get out of the area! The adults all shouted instructions as the fire raged on. Luckily, there were no other houses nearby. 15 minutes later, the fire department arrived to put out the fire. The kids were very sad because the hut had burned down. It had been their dream house, and they'd only built it a few days ago. Blue and his brother suddenly were scared that their dad would find out and punish them because the fire truck came. This was big news in such a small town. They knew that if they did something wrong, they should just go home, take a shower, and go to bed. Then their dad would forgive them for everything. They hurried home to make sure their dad hadn't heard about the news yet. They took their showers and went to sleep immediately. When Blue and Mike woke up, their dad and mom didn't say anything about the hut. They might not have known that the two boys were part of the accident. After the incident, Blue learned that kids should not be around fires without adult supervision and that they should not play with fire. Although fire is very beneficial to us, it can also destroy us. He also realized that a secret is never a secret because at least one person knows about it. We should always learn from our mistakes so we don't make the same mistake twice. Please answer at least 3 of the following questions. Number 1. What is the story about? Number 2. How many brothers does Blue have? Number 3. What is Blue's oldest brother's name? Number 4. Did the kids eat fried eggs or grilled eggs? Number 5. What did the kid use to cover the eggs before grilling them? Number 6. How many children sat in the hut? Number 7. Did Blue burn the hut? Number 8. Did the fire truck come? Number 9. Why did Blue and his brother hurry back home? Number 10. Do you think children should play with fire? Why or why not? Chapter 5. Welcome to a relaxing yoga class. From high school to graduation, Blue thought he was as smart as normal people. He thought his English was okay, but he found out he was wrong. Blue went to America with his friends, and they all stayed in a hotel together. When they got to their room, his friends immediately went to sit on the bed. Blue put his things on the floor, went into the restroom, and saw a hotel bath mat on the clothes hanger with some towels. He grabbed it and took it out to show his friends. "Hey guys, look at this!" Blue exclaimed. "The hotel welcomes us. How cool!" He held the mat up to his face and smiled. "Oh no, that's a bath mat," his friend said, laughing. "It's for the floor." Blue thought the bath mat should be left on the floor, not hung on the clothes hanger with the towels. He thought that was a bit confusing. The 3 boys laughed. A few weeks later, Blue went to a yoga class at the university. He was the only international student in a class of about 12 students. He didn't understand what the teacher said, so he watched how other people did the poses. The first 20 minutes were great, but the best part came when the teacher said, "Lay on the floor, close your eyes, and relax. You feel like you are on blah blah blah. Relax. Breathe in blah blah blah. Relax. Breathe out blah blah blah. Relax." He thought the teacher told them to just relax. "Okay, I can just relax," he thought to himself. However, he ended up falling asleep because the relaxing time was so long. When he woke up, he saw that everyone had already stood up. He worried that someone might have seen him sleeping. He hoped everything was fine. 3 days later, when the yoga class started again, Blue smiled and wondered if anyone remembered that he had fallen asleep before. "I hope not," he laughed to himself. When the class started, the teacher said the same things as last time and told the class to close their eyes. Blue closed his eyes again, but wondered if the teacher really did tell them to just relax. He opened his eyes a little bit and peeked over at the person to his right. Oh no! Everyone was moving their hands and feet. Blue wondered what he had been thinking the other day. "I must have looked so funny," Blue thought. He opened his eyes, listened carefully to what the teacher said, and watched what the other students were doing. From doing this, he learned many new words, like inhale and exhale. After that, he decided to never close his eyes in class again, and he could end up learning more vocabulary because of that. Blue realized that anyone can make a fool of themselves while trying something new. When you are in a new environment, you may do something funny without knowing it. It's a great chance to learn and adapt. Blue kept his eyes open during class until he understood more vocabulary. After the 7th class, he could close his eyes and follow the teacher's instructions just by listening. This made both Blue and the teacher very happy. Please answer at least 3 of the following questions. Number 1. What is this story about? Number 2. Where did this story take place? Number 3. Why did Blue sleep? Number 4. What did the other students do while Blue slept? Number 5. How did Blue know that other students moved their hands and feet? Number 6. How did Blue learn English while doing yoga? Number 7. After how many classes could Blue finally keep his eyes closed? Number 8. Was the teacher happy that Blue could finally keep his eyes closed? Number 9. Blue believed that learning and practicing was the best way to learn a new language. Do you agree or disagree? Number 10. What language is your dream language? Chapter 6. Hip-Hop Class. Blue was taking hip-hop classes and thought he could learn English while dancing, but sadly, it didn't turn out that way. He went to his first class. "This is incredible," he said to himself. "The class is huge. There has to be about 200 students." There were 5 teachers in the class. One started the song, the others danced. 1, 2, 3. The teacher counted while she danced, and the other students followed. The first step was okay for Blue to follow, but he had trouble remembering the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th because the English song was too fast for him, and he never had any dancing experience before. He just couldn't dance as fast as the others. "Everybody in this row stand up and dance," the teacher said about 15 minutes later. "What?" Blue thought. "Are you kidding?" His row had about 30 students in it, which meant there were about 200 other students watching him while he danced. He thought they would all make fun of his dancing. Every time that his row stood up and danced, he was very shy. He thought everyone must be looking at him for sure. After the class finished, he felt really happy and free because no one would be watching him, and he could be himself again. He went back to his dorm with about 300 students. Almost everyone knew him because he liked to talk and laugh with people. When he told his friends about what was going on in his hip-hop class, they laughed. They could imagine how he danced. "Show us what you learned," his friends said. "Seriously?" Blue asked. "That's what you want?" 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, Blue said while dancing. They all laughed. Usually, he was very outgoing, talkative, and confident because he'd been living in a dorm most of his life. Yet he could be shy because of his English abilities. He quit the hip-hop class after only 2 lessons. He realized that a lot of people who were learning a second language might be in the same situation he was. They might stop doing something they enjoyed because they were shy. He thought it would be nice if everyone helped to encourage others to be strong and to continue pursuing their dreams. After the hip-hop class, he went to golf, tennis, and swimming classes to learn English and do something fun again. In those classes, every teacher always said, "Great, great, Blue, you are doing great." The teachers gave him special attention. For every ball he hit, the teacher said, "Great, great." He knew this was how the teachers tried to encourage the students, and he appreciated it. Blue then started trying to encourage people as well. Please answer at least 3 of the following questions. Number 1. What is this story about? Number 2. Who is the main character? Number 3. How many students are in the hip-hop class? Number 4. Why was Blue so shy? Number 5. Do you dance well? Number 6. If you were Blue, would you give up on the hip-hop class? Number 7. Did Blue continue learning English and other university activities? Number 8. How did the teachers in his sports classes encourage him? Number 9. Do you like the way the teachers encouraged him? Number 10. If you were Blue, would you keep going?